is a quick stream, quick hangout where we bring together interesting people and builders in the Farcaster mini app ecosystem to talk about what's going on with mini apps, demo and check out some interesting mini apps and kind of talk through recent news and developments in the mini app ecosystem. Super excited this week to have two prolific and prominent mini app builders. We have Kazra, jc4p on Farcaster, and Catherine Keckers, both who you probably have seen around the feed. Yeah, do you both want to introduce yourselves and kind of tell us quickly about what you've been working on?
Catherine, go first.
Oh, hi, I'm Catherine, and I've been working on having more fun.
Love that. Hi, I'm Kasser, and I make a bunch of mini apps, and I'm trying to get more people to make mini apps so we can all have mini apps together.
Awesome. Cool. Yeah, we pulled together a lot of news this week. A lot has been going on, so we'll get to it and get started. First thing I have on the agenda this week is airdrops. There have been a bunch of recent airdrops to Farcaster users, to mini app builders, both kind of facilitated through mini apps, sort of airdropping gas tokens on Silo, so folks can go find and use interesting mini apps, and in at least one case from a mini app that people have used. So it's been, if you like airdrops, and statistically, lots of people on Farcaster love airdrops. It's been a good week for that on Farcaster. So yeah, can talk through a few of these in turn. So
it's been really cool to also see the airdrops be from like things that I know. You know, like Wallet Connect, I know that. Silo, I know that. And then to see them embracing Farcaster has been really cool.
Yeah. Catherine, you threw this one in the doc, but the first one here was Tippin.
Yeah, so I don't know. I love Tippin. It lets you turn every like into a tip, and they rewarded their day ones with a little airdrop. I believe it was proportional based on activity, but don't quote me on that. It's just nice.
Yeah, I love this app. I think we showcased it in an earlier video, but yeah, this is an app that lets you basically set an allowance and you automatically tip out every user for every like that you use on the platform. And yeah, it was cool. After having tried it out and used it, turns out we got a little reward back this week. So yeah, I think I got $3 back after tipping out.
That's like 300 likes or something, depending on what you have.
Yeah, exactly. at my 1 cent like, yeah. Unfortunately, I've reduced my like budget down to 1 cent at this point, but that's okay.
But I feel better knowing that you did that, because mine went from a quarter to like 5. You know, mine is small as well.
I just feel bad about
sure.
restricting my likes, because now I used to just like anything anyone said to me ever as like a view meter, and then now I have to really think about it. But yeah, it's a great app.
Cool. Yeah, number 2 was Wallet Connect. Here's the post. But yeah, this was a cool one. So we have built, I think within Warpcast it's pretty cool. We built a cool flow for applications and ecosystems that want to do airdrops to Farcaster users. And so Wallet Connect was one this week. There's just one today for Silo as well. But the cool thing about it is in the mobile app, you get a notification. It takes you through this workflow where you can claim the airdrop right in the app and open up a mini app and do something. And so the idea here is you kind of get the tokens immediately and you can go open an app and use them immediately. So Wallet Connect was a nice one that had this really nice flow, I think, for getting the airdrop, opening the app, and then being able to stake immediately right within Warpcast.
Yeah, it was really smooth. I also really like the Silo one, and I like the actions associated with them too. Like the Wallet Connect one opened up the app, and the Silo one took you right to the thread that had all of the mini apps to use your Silo on. Like it was very seamless.
Yeah, a lot of people have asked as well. I did get this one. I didn't get this one. What are the criteria? How does this work? Part of the criteria are whether you've used the apps, whether you open the apps, whether you add the apps, what you do with the tokens after they've been granted. And I think Dan has a good tweet on this. You can go dig it up, but a good cast. Sorry. But yeah, if you're interested in kind of eligibility criteria, the best thing you can do is be active on the network. Keep your wallet funded, do some transactions. But it is one of the benefits, right, of like kind of having all this open data in the Farcaster ecosystem, is the ability to go much more accurately target the type of users who you want to target with these airdrops. So it is a different kind of airdrop maybe than folks are used to seeing, where it's very targeted and it's towards doing a specific type of on-chain action or interacting with a specific app, which as the application airdropping, I think that's a really powerful feature. And as the user, you can expect to get lots of smaller, more targeted airdrops, maybe rather than one huge one, like kind of old school Uniswap retro style. But I actually think this is probably better for everyone in terms of aligning incentives and what you can do with an airdrop. Number 3 was CeeLo. This just landed today. So yeah, another new ecosystem. I guess this is both an airdrop to a bunch of Farcaster users and also a new chain ecosystem for mini apps. So mini apps now support CeeLo network. Warpcast Wallet supports CeeLo, so you can go build apps on CeeLo. One thing I thought was great about this one, here's a thread with a bunch of apps that are ready on day one. So with this one, you got the tokens in your wallet, and you can go check these out today and go explore what you can do with CeeLo apps.
It was cool just to hear about CeeLo too. I had no idea they were in L2 now. It was like CeeLo's launching, and I was like, "What are you talking about?" Then it was like, "Oh, it's an EVM L2." That was pretty nice.
Yeah, and you built one of these, right?
Yeah, I built a personality quiz one.
Okay, yeah, here it is.
It has the same issue a lot of the other ones have, which is it just says everyone's excited and energetic because that's what Farcaster community is like.
We're all orange. Oh, you're orange. We're all orange.
Yeah, we're all orange because we're excited and energetic.
Why we all work in crypto, none of us work at Google.
Exactly.
What was the Google color?
Gold. They wanted gold. Yeah.
It's like reliable.
It also was 15 years ago, so I don't know if they still do it or if I should still be holding a grudge or anything. Yeah, that was a really cool launch. It's always really nice to get new trains out. I mean, we got Monad last week, or maybe it was last week, CeeLo this week. It's been exciting.
Wait, pause. How do you say that, actually?
Monad?
Monad?
Are we sure?
Yeah, a monad is a monoid in the category of endofunctors.
Okay. I saw some debate about that, and I started second and triple guessing. So, final answer. Thank you.
You can say anything you want.
That's true. Yeah. Cool. Let's see. Let's keep moving. So Ponder, Keccers, you had this one on the list, but yeah, we had this interesting post from Colin about some what Ponder's doing.
Oh yeah, I just thought this was really nice. Like, for as much as I want to support new things, I also want to like recognize people that take the time out to like make what exists like extra good. And I thought this was an example of that for sure. They basically have just worked on their sort of collusion detection, I think it would be the right way to say, where they proactively identified people coordinating to throw their prediction markets and booted them. And I thought that was great. Like, it makes the app better for everyone, legitimate, and yeah, good on them. Thank you, Ponder.
Yeah, and some good actors wound up getting like $5 entry, $150 payout, which is pretty nice for them when the Sybils were removed from the reward pool.
Yeah. The other thing I like about it is that, again, it's on-chain data. Same thing with the airdrop requirements. It's all on-chain data. Anyone can analyze it. If you think you have a better way of doing the sock puppet analysis, go ahead and do it, and let's talk about it. Like, that's super freeing and fun. But yeah, good on them for doing that.
Good on them. And also, too, tangential to mini apps, but he updated their in-feed agent so that it's contextually aware. So if you want to like be like, oh, Ponder is cool, like you can do that and it won't start yapping back at you, which is just a nice usability thing.
Nice. Yeah, Clanker and Banker need to do that, but yeah.
Cool. Moving on, let's see. We have some technical quick hits. We'll go through these. First one is categories in mini apps. So Anuri posts, the number one ask we get from mini app devs, how can I get my app to show in Coinbase Wallet? So yeah, this is a big upcoming and exciting thing in the mini app ecosystem, right? We have mini apps, which will soon be in Coinbase Wallet as part of their social feed, which is integrating Farcaster. And so shaking out and discovering lots of kind of cross-compatibility things and preparations to make sure mini apps will work nicely in this new multi-client world with lots more users. But yeah, one thing here to ensure your mini app will be surfaced in Coinbase Wallet is to make sure you've added a category to it. One thing they're doing is kind of filtering and sorting by category. And so we have this new standard. It's linked here, this spec for like a bunch of extra metadata you can add to your app. And if you want it to be surfaced and presented in Coinbase Wallet, the number one thing you should do is go add a category.
Two comments about that. One, I felt like the world's biggest idiot because I clicked that link and I didn't see the categories, but it was because I was on mobile and I had to scroll to the right to see the category selection. Because
Oh, okay.
all it said in the table was the key and the value, and then the example values were right to the right of my screen. So I didn't see it until you told me it was on that page. I was like, I've already looked at this damn page. So that really bugged me. Yeah, all of that was right to the
Okay,
right of
that's
my
good to
screen.
know. All right,
Second thing, I
good
will just
feedback.
give a shout out that I don't necessarily know how fast I'm going to finish this, but because I have so many applications myself, I have been using Naynar's API and some AI to figure out automatic categorization, at least for my own apps, because there's a lot of them. And if that's something I get working for mine, I'll open source it so other people can use it for their own apps and be able to automatically do the cataloging.
Awesome. Yeah, there's also a lot of other metadata in here, so check this out. And I encourage folks to add as much of this as you can now, because it enables everyone to build better discovery pages, better discovery experiences, and you'll be more likely to be surfaced in apps if you're providing this information. So always good to fill this out as extensively as you can for your app. Thing two, we have a bunch of both new ecosystem chains, and we have testnet chains in mini apps now. So it's been a long time that folks have asked for base Sepolia. We had that in external wallets. We now turned it on for Warpcast wallet. So you can kind of go back to using base Sepolia testnet for mini apps. We probably aren't going to support the testnet for every single chain and every
Not
single
Flahors
ecosystem
and
that we
stuff.
support.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, so we're just gonna, for now, it's just base Sepolia. Kind of, if you want to testnet, that's one you can use.
No, I'm so excited about this. I will say, for people who don't understand why this is super exciting, every NFT minting app that I've made in the last few months, to first test it, I have to test it on mainnet, which then gets one of them in me, and then I deploy a second contract. And then for the auction contract I did, I have 5 of them deployed to mainnet because I kept having to run into issues and stuff. So like, this is a huge blessing.
Awesome. Yeah. There are testnet lovers out there and testnet haters, and I'm a hater, but I'm glad that the testnet lovers have have Sepolia support now, because yeah, it is useful. So
Yeah.
yeah, and then in addition to this, we just have a bunch of new chains, right? So if you haven't caught up in the last couple of weeks, we support Monad, which is a testnet, but sort of special testnet because Monad mainnet isn't launched yet. We support Silo, yeah, and a few others. So check your wallet. The best place to see this is go into Swap here and look at these scrolls.
Oh, that's nice.
And you can see, oh, okay, maybe bug in web wallet, but you can see kind of every chain that's supported in here in wallet.
There needs to be someone, and I don't want it to be me, so not me, that explains the benefit of the different L2s and why you should use them. Because like, I can tell you exactly when you should use CeeLo versus Base versus Monad, but that probably should be written down somewhere so other people can use it too.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Keckers, do you have any strong opinions on testnets? We'll move on.
I have no strong opinions on testnets. Surprised to hear Cosmo be such a fan, because yeah, I don't know. I recently deployed my first smart contract lately, and he convinced me to skip testnets. So
it's not that complicated. Oh, well, the reason I told you to skip testnet is because it didn't work in Warpcast wallet, so it would have been useless anyway. But you are correct, Horsebacks, where it's not a big deal because the base gas fees are so low, and it doesn't really matter about that kind of stuff and stuff. But some of us want to have a clean base scan page.
I get it.
All
Yeah,
I want.
I get
that's
it.
fair. Yeah, that's fair and true. I have like 12 now, so yeah, my page isn't clean either.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, a couple more technical hits in here. So yeah, Ashok posted this. We are working on a proposal for a capabilities API. So this is additional, I think it's metadata, and it's also some actions within the mini app SDK that are all about declaring the capabilities that you support, declaring the chains that you support or require. And then there's also actions that let you query at runtime to find out, in the runtime context, what does this mini app, or what's supported right now in the host that I'm in, right? So this is, again, more preparation for this kind of multi-client world where we may have different clients that support different things. This actually has shipped. Earlier this week it was seeking feedback, but now it has shipped. So this should be in the newest version of the mini app SDK. So you can add these new required capabilities and required chains to your manifest. So specifying my app uses these particular chains and these particular actions within the SDK. And yeah, this will help apps determine what their host supports, and help hosts determine which apps they should show in feed. So yeah, recommend folks go back, kind of like the the category stuff, go add this to your manifest now if you can. This should have just shipped. It will be in the docs soon. But yeah, check out the capabilities discussion here and check out the mini apps.xyz docs. This should be landing in there shortly. One more thing I'll say on this is that specifying which chains you support is another thing that's really useful to surface apps, right? So that'll let us build something like on specific chain or token pages, right? Like I'm looking at Silo right now, or I'm looking at Monad right now. Which mini apps can I use with this token? So, or this native asset on this chain. So that's gonna be useful for surfacing interesting apps. And again, the more metadata we have, the easier it is for you to get surfaced and distributed in the app and in feed. Last one here is a little more, this one is still in the thought process, so this is an idea, but proposal here from Tony around exposing forecaster actions like recast social actions to mini apps. So if you're interested in this idea, yeah, go check this out. We have a discussion on the mini apps repo. Short proposal here, and kind of thinking access to mini apps to do forecaster actions. I'm excited about this one. I don't know about you.
I'm excited about that one. I really like it. I'm just also, I don't want to be a doomist, but it's a very slippery slope to go from like or a recast to send a notification to someone for like a request. And I don't want to necessarily go 100% back in that world where it's 2008 Facebook and you get requests to like give me 2 lumber or stuff. But it is unlocking use cases that I have seen people ask to have unlocked. So it is exciting.
What would be one of those use cases? Curious.
Right now, your app can only trigger a compose of a new cast, and it actually can't even tell if you compose the cast and hit submit on it. It can only open up the pre-filled cast thing. This would be adding an ability to like or repost or more stuff than just opening up the draft pop-up.
Totally. How you said that people have said they want to do stuff with it. Like what kind of, you know what I mean? Like what is an example of how?
The absolute minimum is, and we need to go through all of these to make sure it's actually part of the FIP, but the one thing that I've seen a lot of people ask for is, how do I make it so someone has to cast something to unlock something in my application? Because right now, when you create the cast intent, you don't get anything back on, was this posted or not? So some people set up really complicated ways of hitting a button, and then they use Nanar to look at your feed and see if they can find a hash, and so on, so on, so on. So this would just make that part seamless, in addition to unlocking likes and recasts.
Got it.
Yeah, another cool one. Gosh, I'm looking for it.
You have too many. Yeah.
I have too many. But another use case is like, let's look at Dash. This is a cool one. So this is like a TikTok style video feed that's been built using Forecaster videos. But if I go to like in here, I need to sign in, or it needs to request a signer for me if I'm just playing a video and want to like within this app. And so we have these things that are kind of like full featured little mini views over Forecaster data. But if you want to do common Forecaster operations like recast or like, you have to request a signer. And so this would let the mini app just do that through whichever app it's hosted in. So yeah, I think it's a good idea, but it's in its early stages. So yeah, we need feedback and input from folks who are building to figure out exactly how it should work. Cool. All right, I think that's the news. Let's jump over to demos here. Switch my screen. All right, I think we had like 6 on the list, so we may speedrun them this week, but yeah, let's do it. Let me open our doc. And I guess, yeah, if either of you have specific apps you've been working on or something you want to showcase or feature or just tell us about to start, I mean, that would be a good place,
Catherine,
to start with demos.
Working on? The Harry Potter one we helped out a tiny bit on?
Oh yeah, we did help out a little bit on Harry Potter, both of us, which was fun. Almost like by accident, just happy accident. I have not been working on any mini apps of my own, I don't think, but I did just make a tutorial for the non-technical. So that's cool.
Nice. Okay, yeah, let's look at Larry from Coinbase Wallet built this one.
Yeah, an area from, yes. Yes, that one. Yeah, so that one was really fun because it started off as a template that I made so anyone could do any mini app. And then Catherine took it to make it Harry Potter themed. And then she spent way more time than she wanted to making it Harry Potter themed because she didn't want to disappoint the Harry Potter heads. And then she gave up on it. And then Inari was like, I want to do an app for making my mini app. And we're like, perfect, here you go. Please finish this. And she did an amazing job on it.
Yeah, like
I saw, and
she's
it went viral. Like
Yeah.
the loop, I think, was really good here, right? Because this is just a huge thing. Every mini app should nail is this kind of share back viral loop, surface and feed, and this was a great example.
Yep.
Has this token component too, which is cool. You can go buy the token. I think these were Zora
Yep.
coins, which is neat. Yeah, I loved it. Simple, and it's amazing for me to see. See everyone building apps these days too. Hopefully we're like lowering the bar on the amount of effort and time it takes, and
Absolutely,
to
yeah.
build
And
an
I
app.
mean,
So.
again, like this, not to toot my own horn, but started off as one of my open source templates, so you can go grab it yourself. It's on my profile right now. The Nanar mini app SDK is making it so easy to add apps, including they just added share support for the share images, so you can just use the Nanar mini app SDK and then have that viral loop share image right into it. So it's a really good time to be building stuff. If you think you
Yeah.
can't, I promise you can.
Totally. Yeah, we have great vibe coding tools. We have starter repos and tools and things. So yeah, but yeah, super cool to see this one. It plays music too, which was just blasting.
Yeah.
This happens every week. I forget that these things play music. But yeah, was it accurate for the two of you?
So here's where Inari decided to use ChatGPT because she already had an account on it and an API key set up on it. What we've learned from the other LLM Raider apps that we have done is that ChatGPT really takes you for your word. So if you post a lot being like, I'm building, I'm releasing new stuff, ChatGPT says, you're a builder, you like building stuff. If you prefer using Gemini instead, Gemini by default gets more into the personality. And it's like, you seem to really want people to think that you're a builder. Maybe that comes from a place of insecurity where you want to prove that you're good enough. So what I'm saying is for me, Gemini said Slytherin. ChatGPT said
Okay,
Ravenclaw.
this is justification.
I more relate to Slytherin from Gemini. I mean, I want to be I want to be like a Gryffindor or something, but like I believe Slytherin more than I believe Ravenclaw because the Ravenclaw is saying your outwards personality is very focused on intelligence and stuff, and I'm like, yes, but that is a coping mechanism. So the Slytherin is more realistic for me. Yeah.
The first one of these you did was Savage, the one that compared like different AIs. I remember that. That was like very cutting.
That one was really
fortunately,
nice.
they've
And then Catherine was like, "You got to make it meaner." So I was like, "All right, read people to filth." And then everyone was like, "It's reading me to filth." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's what it's literally was asked to do."
Yeah, no, read me for filth is in the prompt, or read
Yeah.
the user for filth is in the prompt. So
Yeah.
sorry.
Amazing. Yeah, I think okay. They can roast us all we want for being millennials, but it was fun. I agree too.
Yeah.
I identify as Slytherin. I've come to terms with it, but yeah, it tagged me as Ravenclaw too. Keckers, what was your read on this?
Oh, I thought it was great. My favorite part was the sorting cat and loader. Like I thought it was
super smart.
genius how she did that. It told me I was a Gryffindor. I'm happy with that. I have no complaints.
That's what I would have said too. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
you do own a sword.
What?
You have a sword.
Yeah.
I do in real life. So I should have brought that to the call.
No.
My bad.
No. All right. What other apps are we looking at?
Mini Word, next up. We all love this.
Shout out to
Man, this
Chris.
one is so fun.
Yeah, no, this is an amazing app. This is fully open source. It's called React-Xword on GitHub, and Chris is accepting contributions, so feel free to do stuff. But I love this app. Such a well-done app.
Yeah, here was yesterday's. Catherine, you beat both of us.
For once, you guys give me a run for my money.
Yeah.
When he launched this, I came out hot with trash talk and was quickly humbled. So
yeah.
you know,
I mean, people getting sub 10 seconds is a little frustrating. I now have to prove to myself today that yesterday was a fluke because 2 days ago when I got like 23 seconds and Ted was at the top of the leaderboard, Catherine said it was because Nepo Baby was on there and or maybe Spanx. And like you guys don't know that, but Ted and I know that. So I just need to prove to myself that I am actually good at this after the 1 minute disaster yesterday.
Yeah, we were like way down here.
You were like 120, I was like 140. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tony's there too though, so that's good.
Yeah. Yeah. What I love about these is it's like a daily ritual thing, right? Like it comes out at the same time and everybody does it. You see them kind of hit the feed all at the same time. I think the leaderboard is great. Everything that can have a leaderboard totally should have a leaderboard. The bragging back to feed is great. And it's a fun game, right? It's this little crossword puzzle every day.
Yeah,
so.
There's a lot of other things that I keep telling Chris. Like, there's a lot of other stuff that could be fun of adding your friends or being able to do a challenge to someone, or like you said, being able to buy puzzle packs. I also definitely stole everything from him and started working on a connections mini app instead of just the crossword. But like, I'm really bullish on this. I think there's going to be a lot of these, and it's going to bring people to Farcaster.
Yeah. Oh, we have sponsorship now too. Look at that. I'm gonna do this.
Beautiful, beautiful.
10 USDC. I gotta get my
that's
golden
so
halo.
nice.
All right.
Can you believe he has 3 kids and he's making this and adding features onto it every day? What a cool guy.
Yeah. All right. Keep him moving here. In the same category of highly addictive games, we have Base Drop.
Yeah,
Catherine, you were just playing this before, weren't you?
I was playing it up to the moment we went live, and internally, if your guys telling you like, oh, like, well, what could you use this likes FIP for? And you're like, oh, to actually restrict, to close this share loophole that's been giving me extra lives every day. Now that I'm hopelessly addicted to this game, I'm like, wait, what?
No, it's so good. It's so good. It's so good.
Oh, it's too good. I'm grateful that they've limited me in my play. It's too much. It's sick. It's wrong.
It is the kind of thing you just sit on a couch and then suddenly it's 30 minutes later and you're like, what the fuck just happened? Yeah.
Yes, I said.
Okay, here it is. Oh, sorry.
Perfect. No, you should have put that one on the. I'm not gonna mic it.
Yeah. No, you gotta.
Oh yeah, sorry. I'm just going randomly, but yeah, you sort of like. It's like physics. It's physics and puzzle kind of at the same time, right? So these things move around.
You combine two of them to go together. It goes eventually up to optimism.
Newtonianly.
Token and yeah.
It's like Tetris meets 2048 meets. I don't even know what game has like
a game on a PSP
bubbles.
Was like this. Lumines was like this. But yeah, it's incredible. And then it's all based on the coins and yeah.
It's original too. Like you can't play this anywhere else.
Yeah.
Is
there an on-chain component? I'm
not sure.
They have a daily competition leaderboard, and you mint your score to qualify for that daily competition. But I'll caveat that by saying I've never actually successfully triggered a mint, and I've played a lot. So
I just play again to try to get a better score. I don't even think that there could be anything else to do with it.
Cool. So outside of the gaming category, we had a couple examples in content. So one was this deep news. Yeah.
Yes, I liked this. I thought it was like just a smart idea. I want to see them taking a step back. This is a mini app that aggregates news across a bunch of different topics, and they will read in news from a bunch of different sources on a particular line item, and then sort of like rewrite that with AI so it's like not biased by the source, or try to incorporate a bunch of different perspectives. Yeah, and I just thought this was nicely done. You can get breaking news notifications in your Farcaster app, and they have a really nice back button navigation pattern here that is not easy to implement. I know, because I've avoided doing it many times myself.
So. Yeah, this is really nice. The back button. Back button is something that.
Yeah, you can move around.
But yeah, this is nice.
Yeah, it's aggregated from different sources. Like it's a very well done idea.
Exactly, yeah. And yeah, unique, just like a nice switch up from the usual.
Cool. I haven't checked it out too deeply. Is it a component too? Can I like subscribe to
Nope,
categories?
it's pure content. Do you have any
Okay.
cool ideas for them off the top?
Yeah, I think like notifications would be great if I could subscribe to new stories in particular categories or tags or like persistent search or something. That would be a cool additional feature to add. Looks like it has audio too. That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, you can get the stories read out loud to you.
Yeah, really well done. Even the
Cool.
animations when you go in and out of something, like it's a very well done application.
Maybe you should feed this into your token launcher, Catherine. What is that project again? You have the Gemini thing that's generating Zora coins with
Yeah,
news stories. Yeah.
yeah. Although I mean, what trends on Google is not. I don't know if it always qualifies as deep news. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Beans Club was the second one we had here too.
Oh yeah,
Cute little.
I really wanted to give this one a shout out. It's so cute. I just, it's cute, it's minimal, it's simple. I don't know. I like the idea that every person could have like a mini app companion to their personal website, right? And like
Yep.
this is just for Beings Club to organize events, collect emails. Like it's just like a community companion. I thought was really well done. It's really sweet.
Also, shout out to Anna who
Yeah.
made this. This is her second Vinny app, and they just keep getting prettier and prettier.
Yeah, it's a really, really beautiful aesthetic experience. It's super simple, easy to use. But yeah, I love it too. I love it, and I love the idea that you can, it doesn't have to be a full-fledged
Yeah, personal mini apps
application, doesn't
are
have to
the
do
best.
everything.
Yeah,
You can, you can build a bespoke, handcrafted, simple little mini app for a specific purpose, and they can be persistent, they can be ephemeral. There's like this whole very broad spectrum of what you can do and what you can create with these things. Cool. A couple more. Okay, couple trading apps. So Reach. I've been meaning to spotlight this one for a long time, and I'm glad this landed on your list, Catherine. Yeah, Reach is a cool app and like almost an ecosystem of other apps. Like it uses the in-feed embeds really effectively. I've noticed like there's copy trading, there are kind of token shares, there's swapping, there are a bunch of little features that are all built into this this Reach application. Yeah, this is built by Nastya, top super talented
amazing
Farcaster
dev.
dev, mini app dev. Yeah, she's really amazing. Has become an on-chain Zach XBT style sleuth in the last few weeks as well.
Very fun.
Yeah, and like she's been ahead of the curve on like every mini app feature that we built. I have to say, like, has been one of those early adopters who really I appreciate has helped us test every step of the way with building swaps and building wallet integrations and things. I remember this was one of the first mini apps back with our frames that you could use to do a swap in feed, like in that first frames giving week that we launched it. So yeah.
She has mintable custom share images for your P&L that are very funny. If you dare.
Oh yeah, I think it roasted me when I did this. It was like, you're really bad.
Me too.
How do I do this? I choose one of these.
I think so. Yeah.
This goes into another app that I had that Catherine shut down. Because I was thinking about making a social network instead of a mini app that you can only use if you've lost more than like $1,000 in rug pulls or something. And she was like, everyone on the platform's gonna qualify for that. But yeah, that's beautiful. Even down to
there we
CRT
go.
monitor. The CRT monitor view is so, oh my god.
Yeah, her aesthetic. I love her aesthetic.
Yeah, agree. And yeah, really good with the mobile. Like the design of this is great. Like it's respecting. We'll get technical for a minute, but like respecting the safe area. Really nice chunky touch targets. Like really good. Bottom sheets and tabbed interactions, and like really designed nicely for this mobile first experience that we're trying to create for mini apps.
I think Dan would say the mint button needs to be bigger, but I think he just always
says
that.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. And I was only down 75% on that one. That's pretty good for a meme coin. All right.
Depends on how early you got on it.
I'll take it. Okay, this is a new one to me, but hot tokens. Catherine, you want to walk us through this one?
Okay, I discovered this in all candor because Jeff Goldberg was bragging about how it made him money. And I was like, oh, interesting. Cast money, hot token. It's like this was interesting, right? And so it's just the home screen is just a sort of compilation of all the things that barcasters are trading right now. The money feature of hot tokens is the notifications. It will hit you fast as soon as it starts to see momentum behind something. Obviously, do your own research. That doesn't mean it's valid. But yeah, it's like a way to kind of another way to have visibility on what people in the community are buying right now. So I thought
Interesting.
the level of polish on this was really high, which I really liked. So
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Looks like we're buying virtuals again, I guess. We're so back. Let me try it. Cool. Oh,
Oof.
oof.
yeah, I need an allowance. All right. Hopefully this is all getting
Womp womp.
easier sooner. Let's see. What does this do? Cash in. All right, let's try this. Let's use good old ETH. Nothing beats ETH. Oh, $1.
There we go. Perfect. Beautiful.
Cool.
Oh, that's a nice UI.
It's gonna make you a millionaire one day.
Yeah. Oh, and share it back. Yeah, really nice.
Really nice.
Really nice loop here.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Cute
love
copy.
that. I love that.
Everyone knows
Yeah.
when I'm live because
You just spam it.
this is actually the first week we're using my real account. So yeah, we're good. I finally got it set up, so I don't hopefully don't yeah, don't leak too much. But yeah, okay, cool. Let's see. I had one. Oh yeah. Endowment.
You go for
Okay,
it? Okay, go.
endowment.
No, you
This is
go.
what I want to show. Yeah, endowment.
Yeah.
This is amazing. So endowment has been around for a long time. A crypto-based donation platform, and basically they are set up such that you can donate basically any token, currency, whatever you have on many different chains, and they handle converting that into into fiat that gets sent to registered nonprofit organizations. And they have a huge list here of nonprofits and organizations that you can donate to directly with crypto on chain, which is pretty cool. This is a great, yeah, just a really nice UI. I think they said in the announcement cast, 3 taps to donate to 1.8 million nonprofits, and that's the case. It's really easy to find, find a nonprofit. Let's look for a food bank. Search through here. Oh yeah, okay, this is my hometown food bank. Let's see this.
That's so awesome.
Donate $1.
That's so cool.
And hopefully soon when we do 7702, this will become 2 taps.
Yeah.
But for now it's 3.
No one asked what my secret trick for what I do there is. I set up an intermediary, so they just send a USDC to an intermediary, and then I verify the TX, and then I do my on-chain thing. So
Nice.
it requires one. But no one asked. I just felt like sharing.
Yeah. So cool thing about this, I think they're all registered nonprofits, right? So you can get a receipt from endowment. You can also donate, whatever tokens on whatever chains. I don't know. This might just be base for now. But let's see. I'll click that in a sec. But yeah, also you can share back. This is really great too because they have these indexes of charities, right? And you can go find one of these 1.8 million registered charities, and this share back into the feed.
Yeah, that's a beautiful.
Actually, we'll bring this up and let you let you directly donate
awesome.
there.
Awesome.
So you can share here's a cause or a charity that I'm particularly interested in, and just share it out with this embed. So this is really cool.
That's really well done.
Oh, and look at this. Yeah, base, optimism, and ETH mainnet for the
Nice.
ballers. So cool.
If you want to spend the gas fees.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that was gonna be mine for this week. Yeah, do you have one?
Leaderboard?
Awesome.
Quotient. Yeah, quotient.
Oh yeah.
I love this one, not just because I'm at the very top of it.
Look at
No,
you.
but this one's super fun. I've talked to the guy making it. I'm not going to dox him. I will say he's a guy, but because you can tell from his profile picture. But it's mostly about just finding influence networks. So you can
Mhm.
find me, or you can find Catherine. You can say who are the people that are closest to her and who talks to them. And there is a gajillion things you can do with this data, and it's super exciting. But just the fact that he has all the data together in one place and you can look at it is a great start.
Say one of the jajillion things.
You could look for people who are really into AI and are Vietnamese, and then you could find the
Whoa.
most influential one, and then you could find who they brought on chain and all of that stuff on it. Like you can find any influence network.
Okay.
That's really
So
cool.
you can
Let's
use,
switch back to web.
yeah, I think you can export out to like
Mhm.
these maps, these visuals. Anyone can make a visualization of their own network, which is neat.
Yep. And I mean, I think speaking for myself, like I would love to use that kind of data aggregation in my own apps. To instead of showing you your leaderboard against everyone, it's like here's your leaderboard against your dev friends versus against your pop culture friends or whatever.
Did you see, by the way, one of those same type of influence networks was used to predict the new pope?
Yeah,
There
yeah.
you go. So.
But it was also, I feel like guessing that the guy who the Pope used for decision making was going to be the decision is probably not super, like, yeah.
Okay, cool. So wait, let's see. So I can search for someone and then browse
Just
a
click
network.
on
I
me.
can look
Just
at
click on.
your.
Just click on me.
Yeah, let's just click on you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then this has
Cool.
my information, and then there should be a button somewhere for network.
There we go. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Oh.
There
Here
it
we
is.
go.
Hit the network,
Wow.
and then that's where it gets freaking insane. It works better on desktop, but you can
Wow.
look at it either as a circle or you can look at it as a hierarchy. And as you can see, like, yeah, so Catherine's my best friend, Steve is there, and Dan is
Okay.
also in there for some reason. And then you can see, like, through Catherine, I have Justin. And then through Catherine and Justin, I have this. And then where it says layout hierarchical on the top left, if you switch it over, it will also do a, like, I don't know what the right term for the graph is, but it makes it into that. So I'm at the center, and then based on how close to the edges you are is how close they are to me, and you can find their connections. The dots are showing the
Wow.
movement of the influencer network, so it's showing that I get influence from Grace, and I give influence back to Grace. Those are the movement between the people. It's really cool.
Wow. Okay. This is really cool.
And just given the audience here, I would be remiss to mention there is a token. It's called credit, and yeah, I don't know what the utility plans are for that. Maybe you do, Costa?
No, all I want is I want this as an API to plug into every one of my mini apps. So I hope it succeeds because I want to use all of this data.
Awesome. Yeah, this is really cool. I'm gonna have to explore this
Yeah.
further, and maybe on web too. Yeah, it looks like this.
Yeah, there's also
This is really
tagging. There's
useful.
also channel-based stuff. He and I are tossing ideas around on how to get like semantic stuff in. So instead of being like this person posts in this channel a lot, it's like this person talks about this topic a lot, and yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, I think outside of mini apps, like a challenge that we have consistently had to think hard about and work on with Farcaster is like rebuilding your social graph from the ground up, right? Like for a lot of users, you come from Twitter, and you have to build back that entire graph, right? And it can be challenging for new users to get discovered, and also to find like interesting people who have just joined. And yeah, this kind of graph-based analysis, I think, is a great way to surface people who,
It's a really good approach.
yeah, who are,
Yeah, what I was talking to him about, and Catherine and Ted and I talk about this all the time too, is like once you have something like this and you can figure out the influence networks in different categories, when a new user joins, you can just tell them, hey, pick one of these 5 categories you like. We'll start you with a social chain already, which is really helpful for the cold start problem. And then you get like, I remember my first week on Farcaster, I was like, Catherine, you need to repost what I'm saying, or no one's going to see what I'm saying at all. So like getting this stuff in to get, as we get Coinbase Wallet and get more clients on, be able to provide rich data right off the beginning is going to be really useful.
cool. All right, last call. Anything else we should talk about this week? There are so many more. Like it's kind of wild. Like there's so many more now that I have time to keep up with. They're like, oh, we'll do 3 or 4 a week, and
yeah.
it works.
No, it's
like
right.
my list here is insane at this point.
Yeah, no,
Wait.
go mint a
Oh,
base dick butt. That's my feedback to you. A lot of people have 3 for free if you're in the top 15K users, or if you're in the DGen channel, or a lot of them. You have free dick butts waiting for you.
yeah. Oh, do you know what was big in mini apps this week too? Is that this week was the resurrection of Yoink.
Yeah,
Resurrection of Yoink. Yeah, you're right.
yeah.
Yoink is back. It's good
So
again.
Yoink is back. That
Yeah.
I think that's worth a mention before we sign off.
Thank you.
Welcome
Yeah, the
back,
classic.
Yoink.
Fixed it up,
Yeah.
got it back up and running. The indexer had crashed in some horrifying ways, but yeah,
Incredible.
we're back. And Cast Out did a Yoink challenge this week, so I had to get it up and running. So yeah, everyone go Yoink again. It's back.
Perfect.
Welcome back, Yoink.
So I feel like it's time for a Yoink shake up. You know, another evolution of Yoink. We've had a couple versions, so maybe I don't
You
know.
could do.
Maybe we
I've been thinking about a hot potato, like similar
yeah.
concept, but whoever holds the potato can do something or something. Or
Yeah, we had a hot potato frame a while ago. One of the early frames back in Frames V1 was hot potato, and it used a bot to like communicate with people. But yeah, now we have notifications. It could be
yeah.
a lot simpler. Thank you. Great layup. And at the same time, anything else you two are working on or you wanna share?
My biggest thing is I posted about it on the feed this week, but I'm trying to. Well, there's 2 things. One, I'm trying to get a print-on-demand mini app out, so anyone can upload a
Oh,
photo
cool.
and sell a T-shirt in USDC or a poster or something. That one I'm hoping to get out of the door very soon. It supports T-shirts and sticker sheets right now, but I'm also adding in support for posters and single stickers in packs.
Cool.
And then the other one that I would love any help on, if anyone is at all interested, these are all open source things. We can work on it. Anything is the Connections app, which is for the dating. Basically, I'm rebuilding
Oh,
Tinder
yeah.
list missed connections. So it's not a dating app in the sense of OkCupid. It's a dating app in the sense of you can put up a personals profile and you can say, here's what I like and here's what I'm looking for. It also has friendship, and it also has looking for jobs. I'm not 100% sure if those all belong in the same app, but just anytime anyone asks for anything, I just throw it on, and then suddenly I have a car that has a lot of doors on it and stuff. But if anyone has any ideas on how to make that unique, how to make it more tied into the Farcaster community, how to incorporate on-chain data or anything other than just having personal listings, would love that help.
Cool.
How can I top that? You know,
You've been working on the
You got a
minting thing,
lot. Tell
right?
them
You
about
have a
our
lot
video
going
that's
on. Yeah,
coming
come
up.
on.
yeah, no, I think. Kasra paired with me and taught me how anyone really could make their own API. So I made a minimal Farcaster API that I'm going to use to create a Tumblr interface for some of my favorite accounts. And then, yeah, I just released like step-by-step instructions on how to work with your open source repo, Horsefax. And in there is a lot of tips vibe coding tips that are applicable for more than just that app. So it would be worth to check out. I give away some of my amazing secrets, like how I have Gemini literally go through file by file an entire repo and tell me what everything does on other people's work, so I can steal it. Yeah,
That's what it's there for.
so truly, so yeah, all of it, the open source repos, Gemini, all of it. That is what it's there for. Even though I'm joking around, he's right. So yeah.
Awesome. And have you been using Replit for a lot of that development? Or?
I use Replit for almost all my mini
Yeah.
app stuff. Just cause like I don't know, to me it's just the easiest. Like I'm lazy. Let's be
It's
real,
not
I'm
lazy. You don't want to
lazy.
set up servers and stuff. It's easy. It's
No, I
easy.
really don't.
Yeah.
I really don't. And I don't want another account. I don't want more bills. I just in there I have it, especially too, because I'm not writing code. I'm just copying and pasting it largely. Who
That
who
counts as
cares? I
writing.
don't know.
But
Does it? No, it
Yeah.
doesn't.
I thought it was like a really
No.
good dev environment for newcomers when I set it up for the workshops that we did
it's
at,
really good.
FarCon.
Yeah.
And I think we should cook on that repo a little bit because it comes with the AI thing built in out of the box. Like it comes up, you don't have to tunnel. Like
I'm
it's got.
so jealous how many remixes you got. Mine that's Linktree has like 2 remixes total, and you got like 20 in one day, but that's okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'd love to keep working on like a really good starter kit for yeah, for vibe coding and
Yeah.
new folks
In
who
that
are
sense too, I would also, we talked about this a little, and Catherine talked about it too. But if anyone's interested in bringing any NFT minting websites over to mini apps, I would love to help them out with that. The base Dickbutts one is on Scatter, which is a really nice platform. We've also looked into Highlight and Manifold and a couple other ones. But basically, if anyone is out here selling NFTs and you want help making it so people can buy it inside of Farcaster, please reach out and we can find a solution.
Yeah, and if you go on his GitHub, the whole frame, or excuse me, mini app for base dick butts
Mhm.
is there. Is there. So, and that's like that has some nice features. Like it shows it's a random mint, right?
You
And
get a
then
random mint. It has allow listing and free lists versus paid lists. It
mhm,
lets you choose how many you want to mint, and then
quantity. Yep.
after you mint them, it shows you exactly what you minted and all the attributes and stuff for it. So it was a little bit more than the last one we did for base interns, which is just you hit one button, you get an NFT.
Cool.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I know you published this paragraph article with a guide to building that and some more details there. Yeah,
Mhm.
everyone go follow. Neither of you need introductions, but yeah, go follow keccers.eth. You can go follow Kazra, jc4p. I'm sure you've seen them both in
All
the feed, but
oranges.
yeah.
We're all oranges, but yeah.
Cool. Well, yeah, this was really fun. Thank you both for joining,
Awesome.
and we'll see you on Farcaster. Thanks so
Yeah.
much.
Cool.
Thanks.
I hope, no pressure, but I hope auth addresses are out by the time we talk next week.
Uh,
No
yep,
pressure
shooting for
though.
end of next week. Shooting for end of
Awesome.
next week.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah. That's going to
Yeah.
make life so much easier.
Yep.
Thanks for having us,
Cool.
Horseback. It was a good
Yeah.
time.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I hope
See you
we
both online.
covered from
Thanks.
Linda. Bye.
Yeah. You did great. Thanks. Bye.